we have a special episode of Backcountry BSing.
We're clearly in the backcountry.
Mr. Restless Outdoors is with us.
Yes.
This has been a long time coming for this.
Yeah,
one.
This is gonna be the Ohio YouTube comedy hour.
Yeah, and it's winter, so cut us some slack for not being outside.
Yeah, we're just past the polar vortex.
We finally got some time to talk with Adam of Restless Outdoors. When we first started doing this podcast, he was one of the few we really wanted to get on the schedule. Took some time. How's it going,
gentlemen? Thank you so much for inviting me to your humble gear loft. I've always seen this on the YouTubes, and it's better than real life.
It's famous.
Did you enjoy helping us tweak all the stupid production
stuff?
Yeah,
absolutely. Actually, even helping you guys go in manual mode and actually
we're in manual. So if this looks like crap, you can blame him.
Yeah. One of the real reasons why we wanted to do this podcast is just because Restless would come here and
help
teach
us
us
with our production.
Help us with our production quality. We have 3 microphones.
We have 3 microphones, 2 cameras, and 3 idiots talking. So we start these off with the same stupid question we ask everybody: how did you get into backpacking?
Excellent question. So this is probably almost 3 years ago, and Timmy and I would go car camping for years.
Yeah.
Since, the early 2000s, and we would go religiously. And the one year we decided to invite Goat. And I've known I've both known Timmy and Goat now for almost 20 years.
Wait, hold on. How did you meet Goat?
Yeah, I'd like to hear this as well.
Goat and I, we used to work together. I worked for a separate trucking company, and then he worked for another trucking company.
So
and
you guys
then
were
we
rivals?
Not really rivals, but we just kind of worked in the same distribution warehouse. And he, I don't know, he just really, what drew me to him was, his giant goatee. He was just an odd character to begin with. I'm like, I like this guy already, but that's where he's got his name Goat, because his goatee would come down to like here. So that's where everyone just called him Goat. But anyways, so Goat and I worked together for a number of years, and then he moved on to a different company, and we didn't actually talk for years. Once in a while we would, but then anyways, fast forward, Timmy and I would always go car camping, and we invited Goat to come with us. And Goat is, as you guys know, when he takes something, like a hobby, he takes it to the extreme.
Except he can't spend the $5 a month to get rid of the Kind Master
He
Watermark.
can't do that. He cannot do that. But it's okay. He's still learning. Look, guys, it's surprising that he actually even has a channel.
Yeah.
Okay,
baby steps.
Well,
baby steps.
I think he kind of got forced to. Like, if you're going to attend the Ohio YouTube meetups,
you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. But anyways, Goat came there and then started talking about backpacking, and then just to make a long story short, Tim and I were just like, and Tim and I always do everything together, whether it's kayaking, fishing, whatever. We decided, you know what, this is something that I think we would love to do and try. And so we one day went and bought gear, and just like everyone else, didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Bought all heavy crap, and then learned as we progressed, but loved it.
Where was your first backpacking trip?
It was Zaleski.
Okay.
Courtesy of Adventure Archives. So at that time, I started watching a lot more YouTube and just trying to get ideas. And there's one episode of Adventure Archives when they're in Zaleski where they're on walkie-talkies. And I thought that was actually pretty funny, because that's something that we would have done. And so that kind of drew me to not only their channel, but just their spots that they would go. Yeah. So I wanted to try it. So Zaleski was really like it was close to home, not too far away, pretty decent mileage, and an established trail, I guess.
Sounds like it was a very precarious trip.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Actually, the funny thing about that particular trip, it took us forever to get to the campsite, because that same day they had ultra runners running.
Yeah, they have a race there.
Exactly. Right. And that day that we went there, so every 10 steps that you would take, you'd have to go off trail and let the runners pass, and that was all day.
Oh, that's super annoying.
It took us forever to get to the first campsite.
So here's a weird question about Zaleski. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like the elevation profile and the trails at Zaleski, would you rank that against like some of the more harder trails?
Sure,
you've done?
Sure. As a matter of fact, in my first backpacking video that was Zaleski, I had 2 friends join us, Brian and Charles Manson. This guy looks like Charles Manson. His name is Mike. Super cool dude, but in the video you can seriously like see the strain in their faces because of the uphills and all that stuff. What I rank it as like the hard. No, I mean, but it's not. If you've never hiked, it could pose a challenge.
Will win. No,
yeah, it's not flat.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because when we were in Colorado, we were like, wow,
Zaleski's way harder than that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's just the grading is different.
I'm sure in Colorado it was gradual and
it's mountain bike. It's mountain bikes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's but yeah, Zaleski's it's a fun place, but the only bad thing about Zaleski, it's just it's overdone, I guess.
Yeah.
The campsites are kind of you know how it is.
Good luck finding firewood.
What's your favorite place to backpack in Ohio? And you've already done more backpacking in Ohio than Tim Watson ever has. Your first time backpacking, you did more backpacking than Tim Watson ever did in Ohio.
Do you know, honestly, what the trail that I always try to shy away from, but actually has become one of my favorite trails, is Wildcat Hollow. I was shocked.
That was the first place I ever backpacked in Ohio.
Was it?
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on Wildcat.
It's over.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there.
It's kind of people trash it, and that's unfortunate.
Absolutely. Now, the day that we went was just this past Christmas Eve. There was nobody there.
Oh, okay.
So that maybe enhanced the experience, and I'm sure if we would have went where it was kind of packed like Zaleski, it probably wouldn't have had that same charm and that same But it was. To me, I'm a sucker for pines.
Yeah, and
it's got the
pine section.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's got some great tent sites and pines, too.
Wonderful. Yeah, and that was the thing that really just like, I was like, wow, I can't believe I haven't been to this place sooner. We didn't do the whole loop. It was kind of in and out just because it was Christmas Eve. We had to get back to our families. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, I want to get back there and conquer the whole, whatever it is. 15 miles or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just wet and sloppy. That kind of sucked. But
Christmas Eve backpacking.
I know.
Yeah, Tim and I have had that tradition. We do it almost every year.
Oh, nice.
And we just go and there's nobody there, and it's just to kind of just get out.
Is it total bareback between you guys?
Yes. Sorry, Tim.
No, so one thing I actually do want to talk about with you.
Hold on. Brokeback Mountain.
It wasn't bareback.
But I'm going to tell you something. Real funny story, though. So Brokeback Mountain came out, right? And, again, we used to car camp at Pymatuming. And we still do it to this day. But my uncle came, and he would sleep in his van. So when that movie came out, I took my Saving Private Ryan DVD case, and I went and copied Brokeback Mountain and slipped that in there. And as my uncle pulled up, I threw the case inside his van, and as he's unloading, he's like,
"That's hilarious."
He's like, "What's this?" And we're like, "What? Brokeback Mountain?" Oh, he turned red. But yeah. Okay. Anyways, sorry, Chester.
No.
Sorry, Chester.
So one thing I did want to talk about is kind of the whole Ohio YouTube thing that's kind of started.
Sure.
And I feel like we've kind of built this like hilariously weird community. But
it's like a fraternity.
I credit you with
kind
of starting that and like kind of corralling us, because I'm pretty sure you had the hand in setting up.
Yeah. How did you start all this up?
So yeah, that was something that I always wanted to at least bring every one of us together.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, I was huge fans of Bryce, Tim Watson, of course. Not so much Frozen.
It took a while for us too.
I'm joking. I love Jason.
Yeah.
But Jason Wish. So anyways, the point is, I was a huge fan of these guys when I started my channel. You guys actually came along last year. It's actually been over a year.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I remember distinctively where I was. I was in Baltimore driving around. I was doing a driver observation, and I would always keep my YouTube, videos just running. But I stumbled upon you guys, and I'm like watching you guys, and at first I was really turned off by the
condescending attitude.
No. The Casey
Neistat.
The Casey Neistat music.
The information.
No. You guys nailed it. Oh,
the content.
The content. No. But you guys mentioned something about Ohio, and I'm like, no shit. I'm like, these guys are from Ohio. And then I started looking at your older videos, and that's where I was like, oh my gosh, like another like awesome channel from Ohio. So anyways, it just only seemed right to get essentially everyone together. And yeah, that first Mohican was the I think I forgot who I was pestering, but I said we got to get a meetup.
Yeah.
Just the Ohio YouTubers, and it was a success. I think
Yeah, I remember when you got the email and we were talking, you're like, should we go to this?
Like, should we do this? I don't know any of these people, but it sounds like it's fun.
And I was like, yeah, we're in.
We'll just do it.
Yeah.
Actually, the only person I knew on that first meetup was Jason Wish, because we had gone to Dolly Sides.
Oh, right,
and
right,
that was,
right.
I remember that, yeah.
But this meetup was like right after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was maybe we went to Dolly Sides. Yeah, actually, I think it was like 2 months after or something like that. But yeah, no, it was awesome though, just to see all of us at one, like watching Bryce walk across the creek with a pizza.
Yeah.
And just like, it's just cool to see. That's one thing about this whole community is to see how everyone is in real life, and it's exactly the same as you guys are on the camera. There's no difference. So
it's so unique. I mean, there's no other. It's like so weird that Ohio, like we have this weird YouTube presence for backpacking.
Does this exist in other states?
Maybe it says backpacking.
I don't know.
So bad, like backpacking is so bad in Ohio, we just have to make movies. Something about
Yeah, we need content. We need meetups.
I think it does happen, not to the extent as it does here. I think we do have a tight knit community, and I think the people that watch the videos really appreciate that, because I think they see like, wow, look at these guys. And look at the last meetup we had. Look how many people actually showed up for something that was, and that was awesome, So
Plus, I think it's cool too to like, we don't know everything, and it's nice to point people to, or our subscribers to other channels as well.
Absolutely.
Who are, like,
we do that a lot.
Absolutely.
But it's like, I don't know, it's just this hilarious, like the other day or 2 days ago, we posted this on Instagram, like Bryce. So we're all in this big Google chat. And
all the Ohio
YouTubers, and it's like where we plan the meetups and stuff like that. And Bryce like weirdly butt dialed a video chat. And I was like, what's happening? And all these people joined in. Dude, your response is the best. It's like, what having a meeting here or something?
Well, I didn't know, honestly, because I'm the one
bat signal.
I always butt dial you guys. I always put my phone down and I'm like, shit, and I always hang up, And Josh is always like, what the Josh Ebersol. But anyways. But then when I couldn't hang it up. I'm like, what did I do? And then that's when I realized, I didn't do this. Bryce did.
I was like, Bryce is calling me. Is something wrong?
Bryce never calls.
I saw people joining. I'm like, all right, let's just get in there. Meeting of the minds.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny. And then just the group chat that goes. I mean, the one day, I think it was this week, there was 211 messages.
And I was thinking the whole time. I was like, am I the only one that
works? I'm like, we know who's not working.
When's our next Ohio YouTube meetup? Early April?
I think so, yeah. I think we should do something in like early spring. And I like the idea of Dolly Sides. I think that would be
Dolly Sides would be cool.
Yeah. Amazing.
Dolly Sides is just a great place. Local.
So, that's the next question. So outside of Ohio, where's your favorite place to backpack? And where's your dream backpacking place?
That's a good question.
So far, I'd say battery's good. Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Cut.
Start.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is
So you're good.
Okay. I'll just answer.
This is all coming out.
Yeah.
We're staying in. I don't know.
The place that really surprised me was the trip that we did with Frozen at Cranberry Wilderness.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's on our list.
That's been our list
That place was unbelievable. I couldn't believe how awesome that place
was. It's close to Dolly Sods,
It is. It's relatively...
So compare that to Dolly Sods.
So Dolly Sods is I can't compare it, because the only reason I can't compare it is because the first trip to Dolly Sods that Jason Wish and I did, we did a small section. We never even made it up to where we had gone.
Yeah.
So I never really... What did we explore? Or we hiked in, like 2
miles,
whatever it was. So I love Dolly Sods. There's no doubt about it, but... I would rather wait till I complete Dolly Sides and then make the,
Okay.
And I didn't do all of Cranberry. We did, I forgot how many miles we did at Cranberry. We did a chunk of it, but not the entire thing. So
is it more like? So I only know about it from a syntax video.
Sure.
That's the only time I ever heard of it.
Yep.
Is it more like, because like Dolly Sauce is very like alpine kind of like
Yes,
mountainy. Is
yes.
Cranberry like that, or
No.
is it like more like forest?
It's more forest and scenery. It
Oh,
really
nice.
is. And the section that we had hiked with the river, it was just so scenic and just so serene, and it was
Yeah.
it really
It's gotta
was
be
an
on the
awesome.
list.
Yeah, really, I would highly recommend that. But I think I like there's bits and pieces I like from every trail.
Yeah.
Mohican I like because it's close to my house.
Yeah.
You know, although it's not a crazy high mileage or very scenic,
Yeah.
but I look at it as if I can get out and just backpack
Yeah.
Yeah.
anywhere, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Even in my hometown in Brecksville, that little 6 mile, that was great. And it's right in my backyard.
Yeah,
so.
we got one of those here too now.
Yeah, we do.
You
we
do? Okay.
Yeah, just a little thing like 10 miles around here.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
Are you? What's your trip schedule looking like for this year?
So, believe it or not, we have no backpacking trips scheduled.
But are you thinking about? You
The
gotta
only-
have something.
Yeah, the only trip that we actually have planned, it's going to be Timmy, Goat, and I. We're doing a kayaking camping trip.
Nice.
I believe we're going to go somewhere in Tennessee or Alabama or something like that.
So do you just hate us because you didn't invite us on that? We've been pretty open about the fact that we want to go on a kayaking trip.
Yeah, thanks, by the
As
way.
long as you guys have kayaks. Actually, I do have a kayak. Tim's got an extra kayak. And go ahead. So we actually have 3 extra kayaks. So yeah,
Even
yeah.
more of a dick for not.
Yeah.
They don't have any extra boats.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
No, the kayaking trip is something that we try to. The last trip that we did in Shenandoah was a great trip.
Yeah.
But it was a hard trip.
Right.
Because that was really, you want to talk about a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I, by no means, I am an expert backpacker, although I play one on TV. But I'm just like everyone else. I am not, I huff and puff just like everyone else.
So do we.
I take
Yeah.
breaks, but it's the love of being out there that
Yeah.
really drives me. And I don't mind a little pain here and there. It's a lot of motivation. But I'm out there really for the scenery and the camping. I
Yeah.
love the camping aspect
and
of backpacking.
I think that's us too.
That's totally us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The miles is just to get to the next campsite.
Whatever, yeah.
I mean, if it's in like a beautiful scenery, the miles are great. But
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Like we want to be comfortable, and
Mm-hmm.
we like the camp experience.
That's like our style of backpacking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we've made that pretty known.
Yeah.
Our love for chairs.
And that's the thing. I don't begrudge anyone that is in the ultralight community. That's their thing. That's what
Yeah.
makes them happy.
Yeah.
That's great. I like going ultralight, but for a different reason. It's because of the camera equipment I carry.
Yeah.
So I have to offset that weight with lighter gear. And that's why I have the gear that I have. It's not because I want to be an ultralight backpacker. It's just because I don't want to carry a 30-pound pack.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go and be comfortable,
Yeah.
especially carrying a 10-pound camera.
What are you thinking of your new Light AF pack?
Uh,
Speaking of ultralight.
that I'll be honest, that pack surprised me.
Yeah.
Big time. I've never owned a frameless pack.
Yeah.
This is new for us too.
I
Well-
was
I had one.
Right, I never have.
I had a go like jam back in the day.
Got it.
But the one thing that immediately stuck out, and so full disclosure, we have not used ours yet. So like,
Right.
take it or leave it.
Yep.
But the first thing that I noticed is just how comfortable the shoulder straps are.
Dude, we were talking about that today. They're so beefy.
I know.
So beefy.
If you look at any type of review on the Light AF pack, that's the first thing they talk about is comfort, and that's where I think Chris at Light AF really he hit a home run there.
Yeah.
And especially with me, not ever hiking or backpacking with a frameless pack, I was blown away at like, wow, the possibility of not having and he brings up a great point as far as, if you have heavy equipment, a frame is definitely the way technology is today.
Yeah.
Lighter tents, lighter quilts, lighter air mattresses, lighter equipment
Yeah.
across the board. You're not necessarily having to carry a 30-pound, weight
Yeah.
of a backpack. So having a frameless kind of makes more sense now.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to be a little bit more cognizant about base weights now.
Yeah, I mean, but the whole concept to me of going ultralight is like, I'm probably never going to go ultralight for a 7-day trip.
No.
You know? So we're going ultralight for these 1, 2, 3 nighters.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a 1, 2, 3 nighter, other than if it's in the winter, you can get away with pretty low pack weight. Just in general.
I mean, I think during the summer and the 3 season our base weight with camera gear is like 11, 12 pounds.
And I want to talk about that because a lot of people don't include camera gear in their base weight.
And,
a lot of YouTubers don't.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. It's just funny to me because like our camera setups are probably. I mean, yours is.
Oh,
mine's a pound.
Yeah, plus, so it's like 1 to 2 pounds. So if you include any of that, none of us are ultralight.
No.
Like we got a couple pounds of camera gear. So I guess in that sense, we'll cheat a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? The camera gear makes it. You know, somebody made a comment the other day on one of our videos about how we could really lighten up our gear.
Oh yeah.
You know, by switching our camera setups, but it's like
Sure.
I don't want to.
No, yeah. So have you ever? This is a good question for you. Have you always been doing the DSLR?
So this is actually a great question because I started off with a GoPro.
So did we.
Yeah.
Then I went to my camera or my
It's
cell
the
phone.
same exact
So
progression.
did we.
as this.
And then that's where I saw videos like Adventure Archives,
Yeah.
a huge influence as far as picture quality. I wanted that. I wanted to not only for the subscribers but for me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to capture like this beautiful epic footage. So I did that, and I was telling you I bought a Canon T6.
Yeah.
Too big, and I'm like I just can't lug this thing around. And then obviously went to the A6000, and I've stuck with that ever since. But yes, there was a point where I said I'm sick and tired of carrying a DSLR.
Yeah.
And even though it's a mirrorless, it's still a DSLR. It's still weight. Lenses I got to carry, the batteries I got to carry, all that stuff. So anyways, without selling the A6000, purchased a Sony Mark III. And the only reason I bought the Mark III because it had a hot shoe mic on there. It was the only one.
Yeah.
So I can actually put a microphone because none of them
Yeah.
have external mic inputs. So bought that, did one video, testing it out. Sat home, edited it, looked at it, and I said, hell no. There's no way I'm gonna regress and degrade that quality to carry a lighter.
Yeah.
So from that point on, and it was funny, Goat and I were hiking a local trail, and the whole time, the 10 miles we hiked, that's all I'm talking about is like, I hope this Sony Mark III is going to work because it's so much lighter. And here, I literally bought it on a Tuesday, or received it on a Tuesday, and by Thursday, it was already sold on eBay.
Yeah, when I sold my Canon AD, there seems to be like a pretty good market for used DSLRs.
There really is.
Yeah, that surprised me.
And the thing, I didn't lose any money. I actually, what I bought, and I bought it used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sold it for the exact same.
That's
So it was
sweet.
actually awesome to the fact that like I was at least able to try to use it. And I'm not saying it's a bad camera, but comparing it to a real DSLR, there's no comparison.
So I do. It's like I appreciate the fact that other channels shoot with DSLRs because we shoot with DSLRs. What is next for you to up your production quality?
I kind of want to go old school and shoot 8mm.
Really?
No, I'm fucking.
I was like, wow.
Have fun with that.
Really, I've been obviously thinking about this for a long time. 4K is obviously the next progression.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't gone there yet, only
Yeah.
because in terms of YouTube, the vast majority of people watching our videos, I'm sure it's the same as watching your videos, are not watching them in 4K because they're watching them on their phones.
Yeah.
They're watching them on tablets maybe. In 4K, I believe for YouTube, is only broadcast on computers and Fire Sticks maybe and stuff like that. But I know most mobile stuff is not being streamed in 4K.
Yeah, and there's certain videos that I'll watch, or certain YouTubers that I'll watch. Catherine Gregory is one where she'll shoot this cinematic, beautiful footage, and I want to see it on my TV. I don't want to see it on my phone because it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Those are the places I want to go to. But like you guys said, for the most part, everyone's shooting, they're watching their videos on a phone or whatever. So that's where, to upgrade to a 4K camera, it would be the A6300 or the newly released A6400. Yeah. So mine shoots in 1080, which I'm fine because I do cherish my the quality because I like to have a little bit more like I don't know, kind of like an old school, like
Yeah.
a little bit dirty. Like I don't like a very clean image. Where 4K you will have that, but there's for scenic, scenery and stuff. I love it to be in 4K.
Yeah, drone stuff in 4K is sweet.
It's amazing, yeah. But like when when the camera's up to my mug, do I want to see my face in 4K?
We want to see your face in 4K.
Yeah.
Dude, you're looking at 12K right now. Thank God we're shooting at 30 frames a second because the wrinkles.
Oh, we're shooting at 24. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. No, but but I struggle with that, and I'll be honest with that. I probably will stick with that. The thing is, with the A6000, it's a workhorse.
Yeah.
And this thing's not even a sealed camera, and I take it everywhere, and it still functions like it did the day I bought it. So, the A6300, the only reason I really wanted it, other than the 4K, was the fact that it was a sealed camera. I figured it would
weather sealed. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be better in weather situations, but the A6000 really has not failed.
Yeah.
So why upgrade? So.
What are your thoughts on winter backpacking?
Yeah, love it.
Really? No hesitation.
I love it. And this is gonna be kind of funny, but as a kid, growing up, we had radiator boiler heating, right? So I mean, it was comfortable heat and stuff like that. But sometimes at nighttime you kick off and it get really really cold. So anyways, I'd lay in my bed as a kid, always pretending because it was cold in my room that I was in a tent. And
That's awesome.
I loved putting the covers over my head. I'm like, I wonder what it's like to sleep when it's 0 degrees outside. As a kid, I always thought that. So as an adult,
Your parents would be like, "That's pretty shitty."
yeah.
It's not that fun.
But that's
It's
where
the reason we invented houses.
I just always thought, like, I wonder if I could survive in 0 degrees or whatever. And as an adult, obviously with backpacking, I'm like, I can try it now.
Yeah.
So obviously the test videos that I did, I was excited to try the Enlighten equipment quilts.
What's your quilt? Like is it minus 10?
It's a minus 10 conundrum.
Oh man.
And that I actually slept outside. It was like I think 7 degrees outside. And the funny thing about that, my wife actually came in and checked on me because she's like, "You're crazy," and I'm like,
"So you're gonna die."
So luckily, it was funny. I got up at 5:30 in the morning because she woke me up. She was checking on me, and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I went into the house. I was actually colder in the house than I was in the sleeping bag outside because I had all that heat trapped in to where now I'm inside and it's 67 degrees inside the house. I'm like shivering.
Yeah.
So I'm like putting a hat on inside. It's all I'm like, I was warmer out there,
Yeah.
So, but I love that. It's just, I don't know. It's a kid, man. I guess.
So, do you think when we went to Dolly Sods, do you think Kevin and I had a worse experience than you? Do you think you were more do you think you were like, okay, these guys are just not prepared?
No,
Dude, that whole trip was funny because in my head I was like, there is a 0% chance I'm doing another night. But like, I'm just gonna be honest and be like, I'll sleep in the car, guys. But I didn't. And then
how miserable were you guys sleeping?
I mean,
that bad?
No,
sleeping
sleeping was.
No, your sleeping was bad. Mine was fine.
My sleeping was fine. The worst part was the wind.
Oh,
doing
swaying.
this.
Yeah.
That was. I was warm enough.
Okay.
It was just the wind was swaying me, and it was so loud. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm clearly not doing that again. But then I was like, I wonder how they feel. And then we were like corralling around the ring, and then
the only person that wanted to keep on going was
Go.
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 Yeah, Go was.
going.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how he is. Yeah.
Had we not had some like legitimate water crossings, I think it would have been feasible.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the water crossings, I was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cold. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. Once you start moving, you're fine.
Yeah.
But we had 3 water crossings, which we did the one twice the day before,
Right.
because we were like, well, let's see what's on there, and that's So that was like, but I think we all had it bad because our shoes were frozen. That was the big thing. That right there, I couldn't. I mean, you see in my video, I have my pocket rocket in my shoe, just so I can get my shoe in there, my foot in there.
Yeah.
But typically, relate that with the trip that Jason and I did the year before. It was, teens 20. We did fine. We did 2 nights. We were good to go. We did creek crossings. We did all that stuff. I think.
So is the wind.
That was the driving force.
Yeah.
Is that wind? That wind. I mean, you saw when we were walking back. It was like
people were getting pushed over.
Andy, you were like this, standing.
I
mean,
It's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But at least it was like a nice wake up call for us to like get our stuff together.
It was like,
sure.
Yeah, if you don't want to die in this, you gotta get your stuff together.
I mean, I got down pants. I just got a brand new down coat.
Yeah, how can we convince you to get on the down pants train? Have you ever
Probably,
worn them before?
No, I probably wouldn't do down pants. I wear thermals, and then the thing is, my legs never get cold. They're usually fine. My hands are the worst, and obviously your feet.
Yeah.
But my upper body, my legs, I could pretty much tolerate pretty cold temperatures, and I'm fine. It's not like that really bothers me. The hands, yeah, that's something different, especially when you're walking and carrying a camera.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I hate.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's, cold doesn't really bother me. It's looking forward to sleeping in that conundrum.
Yeah, it's like, I guess if I had a -10.
Oh, it's so
cool.
nice. Yeah, it is so
That's
nice.
awesome.
But yeah, if I didn't have that, I would not be a fan of winter backpack.
Yeah. We were discussing, like, so we winter backpack before, and we just did it. And this year, like...
We did it because we felt like we needed to, like, put videos out to be
well,
like, we're doing it.
I think it's important. I think it's important to do at least once.
But I think this is the year when we're starting more to enjoy it because we have better gear.
Well, and it's all about learning, and like for hanging out at camp, we have down pants now, and I have a winter tarp, and like
I will say this: the down booties, though, holy shit! I definitely want to get a pair of down booties.
Oh, you
for
don't?
Camp. I don't. Goat has it. I don't.
He's got them. Yeah.
That right there, when you guys are sitting that night, when I went to bed, and you guys are sitting there with your down booties, and I'm like, my feet are like icicles. I'm like, that's why I went in my tent. Or I'm like, I got to warm up my feet. That was the worst part.
Well, I mean, same thing. I was like, okay, I can only like stand here for 30 minutes, and I'm like, I gotta get my hammock. I have no choice.
You got no choice. You just have to. So I think that is the downside of winter backpacking, because obviously, unless you're dressed in complete down suit,
which we have,
and you guys are good.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out at camp all night.
Yeah, no, I got this new Montbell down coat with close to 5 ounces of down in it.
My gosh!
I just got it in, and I was wearing it around, and I was just
sweating.
Just sweating immediately, and I was like,
So speaking of getting in your hammock, when are you gonna stop screwing around with your hammock setup? You're one of the few, if not, well, Bryce does a tent. I was thinking of Ohio YouTubers that.
But he does hammock. He's got a hammock.
So I think, are you the only Ohio YouTuber?
No, Helmenberger.
Oh, Hellenberger.
No, but he was in a hammock.
He's got a hammock though.
Yeah, he was in a hammock in the beginning.
Right.
But you've tried a hammock,
but
right?
he's back to ground.
You haven't.
No.
We're gonna string you up after this.
String you up.
So it's like this. The tent is there's one main reason why you'll never see him in a hammock. Not comfort, not anything like that. The idea of when you're
sorry for everybody watching.
The whole idea of a tent for me, it's having a little house.
Yep.
That to me is everything.
But with the tarp, you get that.
No, you don't.
No, to be fair, like, I don't feel that way in a hammock. But
so you want a floor?
People who want like more privacy.
Yeah,
like,
you don't get that.
You don't get that. In
No.
And it's not even about privacy. It's just about like it's the nomadic, gene in me or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like I feel like you need shelter, and you need 4 walls, a roof, and a floor, and that to me is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I think being in a hammock, I'm not down. I always mess with you guys in the hammock.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've laid in hammocks, and I could see why they're comfortable, but I just never, to me, that's not truly like the camping experience for me.
One thing I've come to appreciate about being in a hammock is I like being more exposed.
Yes, so that is something I completely, that has changed like my mindset 180 degrees from going from a tent to a hammock. So in a tent, I think it's like you're describing it well. Like I love the idea of walls, a floor, my own little abode.
Yeah.
And then I switched to hammocks and I completely hated it. Like in a hammock, I would go netless if I could. If I didn't want to worry about bugs, I would go no tarp if I could, depending on whatever. Like I like I've switched gears completely. Like I
Yeah.
like the ability to see stuff around me.
absolutely.
But I never used to have that. In a tent, it was the total opposite. Like I totally get it. Like I wanted like my own little shelter.
Yep.
And now I feel that way in a hammock now, especially with a winter top cover.
No, I don't feel that way. Because, I mean...
Because I got the ridgeline organizer, I got all my stuff, I got
Yeah.
everything there, I got the sidecar, it's all there.
In a tent, if you hear like a weird noise outside, you can just like pull the quilt over your head and just be like, it's out there. I don't have to worry about it.
In the hammock,
in the hammock, you're like, what
you
is
got
that?
the weird, you
What
got the weird
is
too,
that?
like something could
Yeah.
scurry underneath you and you
Yeah.
never know about it. Yeah.
But you know, but still, it's not it. And I have nothing against hammocks. Like I said, to each his own.
Yeah.
I could see a hammock being, and again, am I 100% comfortable sleeping on the ground on an air mattress? Hell no.
Yeah.
Unless I have my Tempur-Pedic mattress, my down pillow from home.
Yeah.
That's when I'm my most comfortable. On a 2-inch pad, on the ground. I mean, come on.
But I mean, one would argue that that's part of the camping experience.
It is, yeah. That's the part. Like I said, I'd rather experience that than the most comfortable bed.
Yeah.
Because I'm out there.
Would you be open to trying a whole hammock setup? 'Cause I got two. My wife ain't coming on every trip.
So, again, it's a double-edged sword because
Would you do like for one night?
I would try it, but I don't want to because to me I'm afraid that I'll like it.
Well, the good thing is the first night you sleep in a hammock, everybody sleeps like total crap.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that.
No.
It won't work out.
But I
Yeah.
do want to buy a hammock to take with me car camping. I like the idea of a hammock. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I just think I've never been especially with a tent like having what I have right now. It took me a while. I went through so many tents to finally come with a tent that I'm happy with. But to me, it's just like I'm finally like at that point where I don't need anything now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to. I haven't looked at gear in a long time.
So are you're the first person we've interviewed on this show that is 100% like, are you content with your setup right now?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like
Wow,
you
that's
wouldn't,
interesting.
you're not interested in changing anything.
It's funny because
Good for you.
when you're looking at gear, right, and you're looking at I wonder what's out, and you're constantly on your phone and looking at different websites.
Yeah, it's like every day for us.
I haven't done that in a long time. Like I finally have all the gear that I want. The thing that really, the Light AF pack that came to me, that was something that was sort of like out of left field to where it was like, okay, well, I could try this. I never was really interested in a frameless pack, but that really was a shocker, to actually like, oh wow, I can actually backpack with this thing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm fine.
So, gun to your head.
No.
I mean, you're not gonna not ever buy another new piece of
No,
gear.
of course not. Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be a quilt? Is it gonna be a sleeping pad? Is it gonna be a new tent? Pack? You got some packs.
Yeah, I got packs. I got quilts.
You basically
What-
have top
what
of the line of
what about
everything.
What about the Plexamid? Only one trekking pole.
Sure. I like the one thing about the duplex that I love is the dual opening. So
Yeah.
crossbreeds.
Yeah.
Plexamid, you don't have that.
Right.
Now, if I was hiking the AT, I probably would steer more towards the Plexamid just for weight savings.
You're right.
But I love the duplex still. Really, I'm telling you guys, there's like right now my focus is on camera equipment.
No,
that would
that's
be
fair.
That to me is like, okay, what can I do to improve that?
So you mentioned the AT. Do you?
I was
consider-
just gonna ask this to you.
Do you consider yourself like Kevin and I, like retirement through hikers?
Yeah, I have a date. Tim, Goat, and I all have a date to do. The three of us want to do it together.
Nice.
And
we're gonna do some trail magic for you.
Yes.
We'll bring some strippers.
so the good thing about Tim is Tim can do it today if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I have a 12-year-old daughter, so I have another 6 years to go. I'm trying to be.
But that's not
It's
that
not that far.
away.
It's not that far. So to me, 6 more years, and my wife and I have already talked about it. So when she's off to college, no matter where I'm at in my career or whatever, I want to take the time off. I want to do this because it's one of those things that like what Jason's doing right now. He's got to do it.
You gotta do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would do it now, but I don't want to do it like. So I came off in my personal career, life. I came off a job where I was traveling a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to be away from home, especially now with my daughter being at that age. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
So to me, she's my number one priority. After she's in college,
It's done.
It's
Who
done.
cares?
And Timmy's the same way.
Where's your wife on this?
Yeah.
So she's actually, she is very supportive. No, I'm joking. No, we've actually talked about this a number of times, and it's one of those things where she knows I'm passionate about it.
Right.
And honestly, we'll figure out a way to make it work.
Right.
Financially and all that stuff. You just got to do it. It's one of those things that if you don't, time goes by quick.
So so Andy and I, we talk about this, we're open about this on the channel, like our first through hike is going to be the PCT. It's not going to be the AT.
Really?
Yeah.
And the rationale is, like, the AT, it's historical, it's epic, but it's like hiking through Ohio for 4 months.
Sure. Until you get to
I mean, 10 to 20% of it's going to be White Mountains. It's going to be mountains of Virginia, Maine. More than 10 to 20%, maybe 30 to 40%. But other than that, I mean, it's going to be stuff you're kind of used to seeing.
So you know what we're doing?
You're going to do both.
You're doing the PCT?
No. We're
CDT.
We're doing the ADT. Home security.
Got a nice security system.
We're doing the AT. Silva.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So, and this is actually, Goat is the one that's kind of the mastermind behind this. And
that means Southbound for people.
It is brilliant. Brilliant.
So that is ingenious, but
Yes.
describe your rationale for doing
So
that.
what we can do now, instead of going in your typical, leaving February, all that stuff, we'd be leaving like
March.
April,
right.
May, going southbound. And less people.
A lot less people.
And it's just a different experience. So
Yeah.
that's sort of like, I think, where we timed out the time that we would leave to the time we would get to Georgia, it just made more sense.
Interesting.
So,
It's so edgy.
But you
that's what I mean. That's go. But that's,
No, it's smart.
I
It's
like
smart.
it. I
It's
do.
smart.
I
Yeah.
avoid the crowds.
Yeah.
Always have room at the hostels.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm super interested in. There are people that do the PCT solo.
There's
really?
people that do all the trails.
I know, but you never think about doing that.
Yeah.
Would
Right.
you? Let's say 6 years, you did the AT's done, did a great job. Like, would you consider keep going with it,
absolutely.
like PCT stuff like that?
By then, I'd hope to get 5,000 subscribers, so maybe that would have paid the bills.
Maybe you'll be as popular as us.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, let me clear something up here too. How many subscribers you got?
5,100 right now.
I have no idea.
Okay, so let's say 5,000. So there are two of you. So 2,500.
Yes.
2,500. I still am in the lead.
This is excuse.
You know, if there were
many
two Restless
times.
ones,
Yeah.
I'd have double.
Yeah, and then we had Bryce beat, but then he had
Yeah.
he went
Bryce.
viral.
You know the funny thing about Bryce, and this is actually like, so the one day I'm sitting there, and I always look at everyone's analytics. I want to see where I'm at. I look, I'm like, how did Bryce, like, you went from like 800 to like 1,700. I'm like, there's a glitch in YouTube. So I'm like looking around, I'm like backing up, and sure as shit. And then I realized that's when, I think you guys saw in the Google Hang. I'm like, what the F, Bryce?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. Bryce is one of those guys that, like I said, to me, I look up to him. His editing is
His audio is just so
a lot
good.
of time editing, and his audio
I
is
don't care
very
about the
crisp.
audio. It's his editing.
Yeah.
Audio is whatever. But no, his editing, top notch.
See, yeah, and the sad thing is, I mean, I really do think probably the vast majority of people that are watching YouTube have never edited videos before.
Yeah,
and
probably
you
not,
won't pick up on the subtle things he's doing.
Absolutely.
With like audio floors and stuff like that. That like, because he went to school for it. That like, I don't know. You don't notice it unless you really know to like look for it or hear for it.
Yeah, Bryce, if he just keeps releasing content, I mean, he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He'll have 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, he'll be giving us our bumps. We'll be
Yeah.
we'll be lucky enough to go on trips with him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that guy is he. That's who I try to emulate a lot of my videos.
Okay, so who are your favorite? They can be non-backpacking. Like, who are your favorite
How about
YouTubers?
but non-Ohio YouTubers outside of our
Oh.
crew?
Outside. Well, this is an Ohio YouTuber, but he's not backpacking.
Right.
Peter Stripple. Anyways, this kid, he lives in Beaver, Ohio, or something like that. Have you guys ever heard of him?
No.
Holy shit, this guy he's a
What
kid.
does he do?
He makes stuff. Like
Oh.
his kid's like 20-something years old. He built a plane in his
Oh.
basement and flew it. Peter Stripple.
When I was 20, I was
We'll put a link in the description. I'm talking.
underage drinking.
He's almost got 1 million subscribers now.
Really?
Oh my
so
gosh,
he's legit.
wow.
Dude, he is off the chain. This kid,
Peter Stripple?
Peter Stripple, I think is his name.
He just does cool stuff.
You gotta watch it. It is unbelievable. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. But probably my favorite YouTuber right now is Doug DeMuro.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
Nothing to do with backpacking, nothing. He is a car reviewer.
Oh.
But
the way he does it, he just shoots it on his cell phone.
Yeah.
And he has, I think, almost probably pushing 3 million subscribers.
Jeez.
I think it's incredible
Awesome.
that we live in this age where we have 1080p cameras on our phones, and anybody can create content, and as long as it's enjoyable to watch, people are gonna watch it. Like it's a new age of
It doesn't matter.
of an entertainment. It's not like network TV. If you can produce something that's interesting, you got a phone, you can upload it free for YouTube, and like the world is like completely open.
Do you guys watch TV?
Not very much. I mean,
When I'm watching TV, it's on the background when I'm editing.
Yeah.
Like I never watch. I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's my entertainment.
That's what I do too.
Yeah.
I get home from work, open it up on the app, and then catch up.
What
on it.
Sure.
What was your onus to start making videos, like making content?
So I started my channel actually in 2010, and if you look somewhere on YouTube, it says European Train Man.
You have some like old biking videos, don't you?
I don't.
What do you've got some like older?
The only thing and it's actually off YouTube, but YouTube actually started. I was into model trains, so
You got some model train videos.
I built whole scenery.
Do you have the hat?
I didn't have the hat.
Do you have the conductor whistle?
Didn't have the whistle, but my trains had the whistle. No. So I started my YouTube career. I had a channel building a model railroad layout.
Oh, okay.
And that was on YouTube for a while. And
I'd
then
watch that.
it was fun. I
Yeah,
built this
I
whole
watched
scenery.
that. That's
The only
cool.
reason I got out of it because the room that I was building it in, like I ran out of room and I'm like, this sucks. You know, like, I'm done. I don't want to be playing with trains. I just like the building and the creativity, creating mountains and all that stuff. So I stopped that. But what was the motivating? I think it was the Zaleski video. No.
Because did you own a DSLR instead of?
No.
Right. So you started backpacking, and then what was the like? Okay, I'm gonna start uploading.
Well, no, I did film my first backpack. That was a Zaleski. I did, again, watching your adventure archives, your outdoor adventures, guys like that.
Yeah.
That really motivated to start that.
Yeah.
But again, it was more to, just like you guys, kind of document your adventures. So that really kind of, but to move up to where I'm at today, that's just, looking at the audio quality of a GoPro. You're just like,
But you know what? The GoPro, it served its purpose.
No, it's great.
It's a niche.
Anyone that wants to start, go with the
Yeah.
GoPro. Go with the cell phone.
Go with the
Your
cell
cell
phone.
phone.
Go
Don't
with
even
the
go
cell
with the
phone.
GoPro.
Go,
To
go
be
with your cell
honest.
phone
Yeah.
and do it that way.
Just buy a cheap microphone for it.
Yeah,
and
see, it's interesting. We're one of the, I didn't realize this about your channel. We're one of the few channels that we were backpacking for like 7-8 years before we started YouTubing.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is my first backpacking trip was with you in
2009.
in South Dakota and Wyoming.
2009, the first time we backpacked, and then
You guys have been hiking for a long time.
we started our channel in I think 2016 or 2017.
I'll never forget. We were standing in line at REI, and you just walked into the line.
It's like, I'm getting a GoPro.
And you had a GoPro, and it was like $500.
I don't know why I didn't think to use my cell phone. I mean, the
your
GoPro
flip
good.
phone. Yeah,
But like the cell phone, the GoPro audio is bad.
yeah.
The cell phone, you have it already. I don't know, but yeah, we were at a garage sale, and we've been backpacking a lot, and I had just started watching YouTube.
Yep.
Maybe like 6 or 7 months prior to
Well,
that.
what's interesting is that you kind of took a hiatus from backpacking.
I took it when you got really into it.
Yeah,
when
and then
I was off of it.
Yeah, and I was really into it, and then you came back to Ohio for grad school.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, let's start backpacking. And then we did a bunch of trips before.
We did a ton of trips that would have no.
We were, like, going, like,
video
every weekend.
documentation whatsoever, because it was before we were like into filming. We were into watching YouTube backpacking videos, but we weren't into doing it. So we would just go backpacking like we did a lot of backpacking that like year and a half before we started the YouTube.
Yeah, almost like every other weekend.
It was like every other weekend, and then we just. I don't know. We were at a garage sale. I was like, "Hey, let's just get it. Why not? Like, throw it up there. That's the whole thing. Like, throw it up there. If people don't want to watch it, they're not going to watch it. Who cares? At the very least, we'll be able to look back and be like, okay, we at least documented our trip like really well.
Yeah.
But that was like our onus.
Were you guys done?
Jeez, man. Thanks.
Don't worry. I'm gonna keep you on your cell phone.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, joke's on you. You drove 2 hours for this.
Hey, who's interviewing who? I'm joking. I had to get that in there. I was like waiting for the perfect time. Guys are kind of fucking kept on talking. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's funny.
No, you know what? It's funny though. Getting back to like what we were talking about, like what motivated us and stuff like that. Like, really, do we really need to tape our trips? No. But it's just, I think that adds to the fun of backpacking.
For sure.
And to me, it's just like, when I go, like, don't get me wrong, I backpack without my camera. There's trips you've never seen because I don't have my camera.
Right.
But there's something about filming it and just, I don't know, it's just something about it. It just, to me, it's as enjoyable as the hike itself.
Yeah.
And that to me is fun. That's why anyone that wants to start like a YouTube hiking channel, I say do it. Like, just, like you said, grab your phone.
Yeah, right.
And just do it.
You're going to have
You
it
know
with you probably anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just document it, and it's just so fun to look at. You know, you don't have to edit it like crazy.
Right.
Just watch it, and it's
No.
just fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's just fun to see what you've experienced.
Just put it up there. People will watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so something I've always wondered is, what's the deal with the Restless? The Restless one, Restless Outdoors.
Yeah, why does everybody call you the Restless
What's
one?
going on with
Is
that?
it because, hold on,
Yes.
is it because you drink 12 pots of coffee and you can't sleep?
No, actually, the Restless one, that was me. I'm like, I got to come up with a name for myself. I'm like, Restless Outdoors, the Restless one. That's fine. So, no, how I came up with the channel name, obviously, when you're sitting there doing YouTube, you're like, well, what's going to be a good channel?
Yeah.
You know, name that you want to do. Like, so I started brainstorming, and my buddy owns a recovery repo business. It's called Relentless Recovery.
Okay.
Okay? Or whatever it's called.
It's a good name for a repo business.
It is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, Relentless Outdoors. I'm like, I like that, you know? But then I'm like, it kind of doesn't flow well. So I'm like, well, what about Restless Outdoors? And I'm like,
It sounds
that,
good.
that actually sounded good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that actually might work. So I remember my wife was in the bathtub, and I ran upstairs. I go, Restless Outdoors.
She's like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
she's
about?
like, yeah, exactly.
What?
Get out of the bathroom.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. So that's how that started. I'm like, well, and the only reason why is because, yeah, I'm very just like, if anyone knows me, I go from 0 to 100 miles an hour when it comes to anything.
Like
when
hobbies.
Hobbies.
It's probably
yeah.
12 pots of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows,
That's not a joke.
Like he takes coffee all the way up to what, 11
Oh, yeah.
11
yeah.
p.m. at night.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I love coffee.
How much instant coffee do you bring on your normal
So
trip?
it's funny because, like Shenandoah, for instance, that was a 7-day trip. 4 coffees each day.
I would have
Okay,
So
that's
literally-
not
yeah.
insane.
That's not insane at all.
No, but 4 coffees each day.
Were you just like having the caffeine withdrawal jitters from only 4 a day?
No, that's what I had in my daily food bag.
Right.
Then I brought an additional.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
True
Never
addiction.
mind.
That's
Yeah,
true
we were like
addiction
4
right
is
there.
not that bad.
No, that was like in my food bag. Like for Monday, there was 4. Tuesday was 4.
Oh, okay.
Then I had a whole separate as my coffee reserve.
Okay.
So that was probably an additional maybe 12 coffees for 7 days. But the problem is this: I don't like
So
powdered
5
creamer.
cups.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it either.
So I bring the little, what do you call it? The little moo cups or whatever.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks because you can't really pack that
Yeah,
really well.
yeah.
So what I do is I take my Ziploc bag, throw them all in there, and I kind of blow it in, kind of make like a pillow
Yeah.
because I don't want to cry. That's like gold.
What's your instant coffee of choice?
Oh, that's
Starbucks.
I like the
Oh.
Starbucks too, like the Via.
Yeah.
So you're not a cheap coffee guy.
I'll do anything honestly. Like Shenandoah, I had a mixture of Taster's Choice and Starbucks. Starbucks is it's kind of expensive for what it is, and
It's
it's
very
just like
expensive.
yeah, it's kind of but no, I don't care. I mean, look, when you're in the backcountry, like
Yeah.
these coffee snobs I hate to say it, but like,
Josh.
You can say Josh.
yeah, like, dude, it's coffee. It's back. Like,
I know.
really,
Any
going.
coffee
is
is
gonna taste
good coffee.
Yeah, I mean, believe me. Do I drink, instant coffee at home? No, I drink a good goddamn cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like you're in the backcountry. Like, who cares? Like, just give me something that tastes like coffee.
Yeah.
And got the caffeine. I'm good to go.
I think the best cup of coffee I've ever had is in the backcountry, and it's probably Taster's
It's
Choice.
been like some
whatever,
Nescafe
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
just
you're in the
delicious.
mountains. And
Exactly.
You're like, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I mean, what I love, but it's fine. Like, to me, and I don't begrudge it. That's fine. If you want to bring, filters and all that stuff, that's cool. But
Yeah.
it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So speaking of like beverages, and then we're super passionate about food. Like, what's your go-to trail meals?
Oh gosh, you know what? I'm very, very simple. Mountain House.
Yeah, Mountain House is
What
delicious.
flavor of Mountain House?
Well, let me back up. Because I just recently discovered Packet Gourmet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting on that train.
Packet Gourmet. So Carrie and I went on a trip to the Pictured Rocks, and I wanted to make sure like her experience was going to be good.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Smart move.
You
Smart
can,
move.
the way to Carrie's heart is food, and so Packet Gourmet was like the home run.
Right.
Everything that we bought from them was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
And that was sort of like, okay, cool. Mountain House is great too. I'm not one of those. I do have a food dehydrator. I'm not one to.
You do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Do
actually
you dehydrate stuff?
So it's actually funny. There's an early video of Tim and I making the Andrew Skirk, with my food dehydrator,
Yeah.
whatever. Look, that's great if you want to dehydrate food. I'm more about convenience. I just want to go and just
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And Packet Gourmet is delicious.
Yeah.
And I've had really good luck with them. I wish their portions were a little bit bigger, but
yeah.
it is.
But it's like Mountain
But
House.
it's expensive to make.
It is. But Mountain House is the opposite way. Like, to me, do I need like that whole thing of beef stroganoff? Like, really? But those single servings are too small.
Yeah.
They need to make something in between.
Yeah.
But Packet Gourmet, the home run for us was the corn chowder.
Oh.
Oh
I haven't had
Oh
that
my
one.
gosh! And Carrie was saying, add a little crab to that, like crab meat.
Ooh.
You're backpacking with crab meat?
Yeah, there's a little canned crab meat.
Oh.
You can get that. You get the little. And, it would be delicious. But yeah, that's. So I'm more about the store bought kind of food dehydrated. Well, Packet Gourmet, you got to order it, but
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said. To me, food is not like an important thing on my list.
Yeah.
It's just I need it, but I don't put much thought into it.
Yeah, that's interesting too, because you're all about the camp experience.
Yeah.
I am. And it's funny because when we went to Archer's Fork, you guys really struck a chord with Timmy. To where when you made those sausages,
Oh yeah, because he got one.
Yeah,
He got the
I
fire
got the
box.
exact one
I
that
saw
you
that
guys had.
sparkle in his eyes.
Oh,
I'm
man.
getting one of those.
And when we did that Clearing River
I
trip,
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
He shouted out to us. On
Yeah.
that.
oh yeah, that was something that, like I said, now Tim is more like he would love to do more cooking and stuff like that. And that little stove was amazing, awesome.
It's an interesting little niche.
You know,
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I'm not that. I don't really like that stove all that much.
It's
Really?
It's
It's
a
kind
lot
of
it-
finicky.
It's finicky because
Sure.
it's a wood burning stove.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like it because it doesn't lock tight correctly.
Hey, if you,
Tim's does though.
Oh, really?
so
I
maybe
think
they fixed it.
It may have been
Yeah.
something. Yeah, his actually does lock
Yeah.
tight. So
Yeah, yours doesn't like. flip
No,
into
that's a
place.
no
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But like if you're grilling brats out in the backcountry,
Yeah.
it's fine.
But you know what? That like when you guys made it the first time, they were kind of burnt. But then the second time, you kind of let the coals do the
Yeah,
cooking, and it was
yeah.
perfect. I was like, oh my
We had
gosh.
some cold beers for that trip.
Oh.
Hey, that was a fun trip.
That was
That
awesome,
was a
dude.
fun trip.
Yeah.
And it sucked that we had to leave that early in the morning. But like I said, that to me is like that's my idea of like now if I was would I bring a steak or brats and stuff like that? Yeah, but a lot of times it's more or less
But,
like
but we talk about that too, because Kevin's always like, maybe I'll pack in some steaks. And I was like, but then we got to get to camp, and then we got to make a fire, and then we got to burn it down to coals.
Yep,
we have an
yep, yep.
apparatus.
It's
Like,
way
I'd rather
easier
just
to
dump hot
I
water.
want
in
it to
there.
be done and eat.
Just
Yeah.
bring a bag of Doritos.
The Doritos. You and your damn Doritos.
That's a
So
Kevin.
damn-
That's a Kevin thing too.
Hey, everyone's eating them.
Dude, that's so damn
It's not
good
like I
now.
brought a bag of Doritos and nobody touched them at the Ohio YouTube meetups.
Those things are so delicious. I don't know what it is, and I don't like Doritos, but in the backcountry,
Yeah,
they're
it's
so damn
different,
delicious.
man.
I know it's
Yeah.
so damn good.
We've had some pretty hilarious experience with random people coming over to our camp.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have Doritos.
Yeah, that's what
seriously.
I'm
Yeah, we have a great story of like we're just over in our camp and we're at Shawnee and there's like it's the same thing as Zaleski where you've got the
You just
designated
stay.
Sure,
Have
sure.
you been to Shawnee?
No.
Okay.
That's another one, yeah.
Okay.
All right. And we're just in our camp, just popping bags of Doritos, and people just start coming over.
It's like moths to a light.
It is
Oh, you got
funny.
some Cooler Ranch over
Yeah.
there? Yeah, we do. That's
Oh
how the
my
Schill
God.
Brothers roll.
That is funny. Yeah,
Um,
you guys are always notoriously noted for the chips.
Should we do the lightning round?
Lightning round.
Oh boy, here we
Okay.
go.
Fleece or down?
Ooh, damn.
It's lightning
All right,
round. It's
lightning
lightning
round.
round.
You gotta go.
I'd say down.
Okay.
Down or synthetic?
Ooh, down.
Mountain House or Packet Gourmet?
Packet Gourmet,
Oh, nice.
hands down. Hands down. Sorry, Tim.
East Coast backpacking or West Coast backpacking?
I've been to Colorado, and I'd say West Coast. Even though I've only been there once, but that's where my heart is.
Right. Kayaking or mountain biking?
That's a good one.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
Because you're a big mountain biker too.
I am kayaking. The only reason why is because
Really?
I fish. It's the best of both
okay.
worlds. I
Yeah,
can do
that's true.
two things at once: mountain biking and camp.
Spin casting or
That's
bait
that.
casting?
Oh, spin casting.
Nice.
Definitely
We
spin
gotta do
casting.
some fishing trips.
I know.
yeah.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
off topic. I was watching goat catch those steelhead.
Oh, my gosh.
god! I'm like, I can't believe
Yeah.
those are
I'm gonna
there.
tell you right now, Goat is the guy. Like, if you guys don't want anything, like
He knows
is the,
fishing.
He
Yeah.
is the fisherman.
God,
Yeah, he is amazing.
I'm like, he's like right in downtown Cleveland, pulling those steelhead out of his kayak. I'm like, Jesus,
I know.
Ridiculous.
Like, those are there.
dude, he's nuts. He's nuts when it comes to that. He's definitely. We'll go muskie fishing.
Yeah.
Within, you know how long it takes to catch a muskie? Within 10 minutes,
Yeah.
you have a muskie on the line. I caught one muskie in my life. He catches in 10 minutes.
I can't believe, like, on that trip, he's like pulls out 6 steelhead.
Yeah, he's the fisherman. There's no doubt about it. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Titanium or aluminum?
Ooh, titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber trekking poles or aluminum trekking
Oh,
poles?
carbon fiber.
How have your experiences been with the Gossamer Gear poles right now?
I've only used it once to set up the tent, but it's a trekking pole is a trekking pole to me. It's just to set up the tent. I don't hike with them. The only reason why, because I carry a camera. I would use a trekking pole all the time if I didn't get to carry a camera.
Yeah.
Wildcat Hollow or Mohican?
Oh, Mohican because it's closer.
Proximity?
Yeah, that's all.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Tim Watson or Bryce Newberry?
I was going to say that too.
Neither.
Frozen.
Frozen or literally anybody else?
Anybody else?
Alright.
No, Frozen. I'm going to tell you something. And I'm going to be dead honest. Frozen, I think I talked to you guys about Frozen. Like, I think the aura of Frozen on film, he is nothing like
Yeah.
that. He is way cooler off film
I know.
than he is on the camera.
He is
Yeah.
one of the few, and maybe because he's
That's-
the biggest
think-
by far.
I think
think
he's
it is.
different.
He
He
is
is,
different. He is different on camera than he is in person.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
maybe that's because he's the biggest one.
I think, and I don't blame him because he is, one thing about his channel is he is very informative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
very
Yeah.
formal.
Yeah.
Very formal,
Very formal.
but very informative. Like, you can go to one of his videos
Yeah.
and get the trail trips and all
Right,
that
yeah.
stuff. That helps a ton of people.
Oh, I
It's
can't.
great that he's done it for all the places, so
yeah.
we don't have to do it.
I can't,
Exactly.
I can't tell you how many times he's like inspired us for certain gear or
Oh,
certain trips.
absolutely.
It's been so helpful. But he is just such a different person.
He is on camera douchebag, off camera he's a swell.
Yeah, you said it perfectly.
No,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Huge thanks to Adam and from
He-
Restless Outdoors.
he
He
drove
drove down here.
Just to do this.
Dude, it's free beers. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Obviously, we have a link to his channel. Check out his channel. We've done trips with him in the past. It's super fun. He's only mildly a douchebag, so it works out. But hey, thank you so much for coming down and
Yes.
BSing with us.
Yes.
First Gear Loft BS.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we'll do another one with you in the future. But thanks everyone for watching. Any final words?
No, guys, I appreciate you always just.
It's fine. We'll hard cut into it.
No, that's it. That was what
Okay, good. All right. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We will see everybody on the next BSing.
Thanks.
See you guys.